You have this incredible sort of alt rock sound to your voice. Is there a way that you tend to describe the music you make?
I have always wanted to be a rock star since I was little. Like it was just a life. I grew up watching Avril Lavigne and Evanescence and eventually Haley Williams once she came into the scene more and I was like I have my orange wig there because I do a Paramore tribute band as well. And it's just always what I wanted and I always took inspiration from these really powerful power women and put it into my music. And, creation comes from inspiration. So I always try to, use that in my music.
Well, your highly anticipated debut EP, Fade and Wither, is out. Where did the concept or the title come from?
So it really came from release and changing and just entering into a new chapter. I wrote it when I was, in a really dark place. I was going through a lot of changes and, am I going to be okay? Is this the right choice? Is this going to be okay? And you just, as an artist, it's hard to find an outlet in all of the chaos of the real world. So you pour it into your music, and in this EP, I just found myself fading away and just releasing with every lyric I was writing and every concept I was creating, and it was really like healing, as music is. So, that's really where Fade and Wither came from. It's just going and flowing into something new.
What's your songwriting process? Do you need to have music before you can create lyrics, or does it change almost every time?
So yeah, I'm all over the place. I'll, hear a guitar riff. I work with my boyfriend Yanni. I work with my band Wren's Muses. I work with my producer Anthony Lapardo. So, we're all throwing stuff around all the time. They'll throw stuff for me to write on and then, I'll come to them with lyrics. I'll sit with my piano. Actually, the song Wasted Time on You on the EP was the first song that I myself wrote on piano, brought into the studio, and then just from four little simple piano chords and lyrics to the studio. Like it just, so it's all over the place, really.
Much of a hand do you have in the production side of the music that you make?
So I hear it in my head. There's, tips and taps, and I play piano. I'm self-taught on the piano, so I'll be able to, play it for my producer and play it for my band, and this is what I'm imagining, and then I'll just sit and watch them put their own twist on it and watch them bring it to life. And I am solely just a singer. I'm self-taught on bass and piano, and that's really all I contribute besides singing and the lyrics. But watching all of these musicians and working with all of them, and I'm like, if you think it sounds cool, like I don't want anyone to feel restraints. Like that's not art, that's not music. So if it works, if it flows, if I like it, let's lay it down.
Is there a particular song off this EP that holds a special significance for you?
Definitely. It has to be the final track and title track of the EP, the Fade and Wither song. Specifically because there is a lyric in there, and I say, can I keep the people in my life I hurt? And that's such a strange question because I feel like we're always asking, like, you hurt me, can I keep you in my life? But often we forget to reflect and be like, it takes two to tango. What did, I do on this side of the breakup or the friendship or the family, whatever the scenario may be, however you connect to the song, you know, you made a mistake. How are you going to make peace with that? And once it's resolved, can you keep that person? And that's a lyric that I hold very close to my heart because I've often asked myself that a lot because, we're not perfect. We're all flawed and we got to reflect a little sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Um, so one of the songs, Wasted Time on You, features Gabby Rose. How did the two of you connect?
So I met Gabby Rose for the first time. My good friend Celia Warner, she was doing, and Gina B, they were doing Gina B's Women of Rock. And Gabby was involved in that. And I was on as the behind the scenes content girl. And my friend Celia looked at me and she says, you just have to be here. You have to watch all these women work. Gina B, Gabby Rose, Rory Kelly. There was just so many amazing people involved in this project. And just watching other female performers work. I was meant to be there. Me and Gabby connected that day. I ended up going and being an extra in a music video for her, and then we connected there. And I was like, "Girl, there's a song that you would love." And we also share, we both go to West Falls with Anthony Lapardo, so it's just like one big family kind of just came together, and we created a really cool song.
There's so many beautiful tracks on this. Is there one you're looking forward to performing live here coming up? You have some upcoming shows. You just played at Amityville Music Hall.
Yes, yes. One that's really fun and one that I'm always looking forward to perform is Animosity because it's got that catchy, like chanty chorus and the audiences eat it up and it's like I'm like, don't try and talk to me, and then they're like, I've got anima, and they'll just go the whole night with it. So that's a fun song to definitely sing and perform. The band gets really into it, audience gets into it, and I like teach the audience it beforehand, but sometimes I don't need to because like they know it, like they're well versed before a Calliope show. So very, very fortunate.
I Love Her and I and Another Stupid Love Song too. Those are great tracks.
Thank you. So that's like old Calliope era, but yes, I'm so proud of those ones as well.
All right, are you headed back in the studio anytime soon for new music, or right now we're focused on this EP?
So I'm always writing, I'm always creating. I actually if you were at the EP show and purchased a CD, there is an exclusive track, and I also have some exclusive CDs still available if anyone wants to like DM me and get one. I still have some of them, but on those CDs is an exclusive track for like the new Calliope era and like new music that I'm working on. So that just gives you the EP on a CD in digital form as well as a little taste for the future. Um, I often find myself rushing into the next thing because I'm just always going, but I feel like with the EP I am really trying to like take a minute and soak it all in and enjoy where I'm at because, I'm always gonna write, I'm always gonna have the music, but trying to enjoy it, but I'm also like really excited to get into everything else. Like I'm very just
Sure.
yeah.
You performed at the Bitter End, Jones Beach Band Show, the Montauk Music Festival. Do you have a favorite place you love to perform?
So home base for me is definitely Spotlight at the Paramount in Huntington. I've been performing there maybe 3 years. We just brought the Dakota Tribute Band there, which is super exciting. But for Calliope, that is an amazing place. We play super late. We play 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. But the crowd there is so amazing. The energy is always unmatched. And like I said, it's home base for us.
Who is someone you would love to collaborate with? Clearly, Haley Williams in the
Oh yeah,
future.
of course.
Are there some other artists you'd love to work with as well?
Um, I would love to work with John Bellion. I don't really know if he's into like rock artists, but just his writing alone, even just to sit and like hear his words. He's also like a Long Island local. Um, I don't know. I when I think of people to collab with, like obviously I want to collab with like these big celebrities, but I think of like local people like Nikki Silva. Like I know like of Nikki Silva, so we're actually way, way in the future possibly working on something together. And that's just amazing because just watching people so close to home that like just I've watched for the last couple of years growing and going to their shows and then becoming friends with them and then finally getting to work on art with them. Like it's that's those are the steps that lead to the Ariana Grande moments and the Sabrina Carpenter moments and you know, I just try to keep my circle within me and branch out.
What would you like to say then to everybody who are fans and supporters of the beautiful music you continue to make, Calliope?
I'm super fortunate because if my little self could see me, like she would be content. Like I have so many friends. I have an incredible team, my parents, my siblings, the Calliope crew, I call them. Um, and even the people who listen, like I wouldn't be me without the people who give me a platform to yap and throw all my things on and and just be me. So just thank you. I'm very, very fortunate and I just want to do this forever.